Business ownership of data is critical to adoption of data-driven practices. Have you built yourselves a data operating model that will work to drive that adoption?
As trust between business and IT has eroded, accountability for business data has suffered. The right operating model recovers accountability and builds trust. A data operating model is a set of principles and philosophies that define the processes, roles, governance, and technology.
The operating model in any organization is really about the roles and responsibilities, processes and procedures, and how we fit together people, process, and technology into one plan and one system for managing and maintaining our data, making it available, discoverable, and trustable in a reliable and consistent way. It's a bit of philosophy and a bit of technology, and bringing them together in the right way is really critical.
If you don't take these steps, your organization, your operating model, and your platforms are going to be disjointed. And you might find yourself doing really well in one area, but at the cost of maybe the way your organization is structured, or maybe at the cost of how efficient your operating model really is, or maybe you're using redundant technologies because you haven't taken the time and effort to really make sure that these three things are aligned.
We think it's really important to find the best fit operating model for your organization, whether that is the decentralized approach that empowers every business unit to operate independently within a controlled and well-governed structure, like a data mesh, or you need a more command and control model based on the maturity and culture of your teams and your company. What we want to do is find the best fit and the best aligned operating model for your business.
Organizations need to make sure that they're aligned from an organizational perspective, so meaning their talent, their workforce, it needs to align with their operating model. And then they need to make sure that they also have the organizational structure to support the efficiency of that operating model. One of the things we see most commonly is that the knowledge and skills of an enterprise architect might be conflated or confused with those of a data engineer or a data scientist, or even from the data analyst component. So being able to clarify the roles of those data professionals is really important. And then having that interpretation as a skill. So not just analyzing the data, but then being able to figure out, what does this data mean for my business in this context?
So just recognizing some of that, having some conversation around what data is present, how you're managing that, feeds into all of that operational success. Recognizing that trust comes from transparency, reliability, and quality. Those things have to be observed regularly, consistently, in order for your consumers to come back to those established processes. When the business has trust and they can rely upon the data they're seeing there, they're comfortable making decisions, moving very quickly with some of the outcomes they see there, knowing that they're having a direct impact on operational efficiencies and revenue without chasing data down, without asking deeper questions, and without repetitive research along the way.
Really, it's driving buy-in from the teams outside of the data organization, right, who are going to have to participate in this operating model and be a key component of it to make sure that they understand that they're going to get value out of this, both personally and professionally.
The business is moving very, very quickly, making decisions real time. They need to know that the data they're using in those decisions is reliable and trustworthy, or they're going to make the decisions without the data. Time is of the essence, and they've got to move now.